Ah, you are live. You are live. You are live. You are
Hey,
live.
I won't join again.
So let's give ourselves 5 minutes and try and share
Yes,
the link on our platforms. Yeah.
I'm checking my Facebook to see. Okay, I think it's live on my Facebook now.
Yeah, I saw four different yeah, so I think Facebook and YouTube is streaming on
Yeah,
your channels too as well.
yes, Facebook.
So I don't know. I
And
don't
I
want to
think my
go
YouTube
back.
also. I think it's streaming my YouTube.
And were
Okay.
you able to copy the link?
Yes, now I'm not copying from the YouTube. Okay,
So
so it's streaming on. Yeah, it's
okay,
streaming now. It's streaming on YouTube.
great, great. Let me turn my camera a bit upside down.
It's streaming on YouTube now.
Hmm.
Please join. And I'll probably use this one to stream on TikTok
Yeah, I think it will help.
so that people can just ask questions and stuff.
Yeah, so that's one of the challenges. So I tried going back to share the thing and
Yeah,
it tried taking me off. But let me do
I'm
it
coming
quickly.
live on Facebook at the same time and
Okay, I'm
YouTube and
coming.
TikTok. Yeah, and TikTok. TikTok for the one the comments will be better. All right, so we are having an event on Facebook right now, and it's all about this study abroad stuff. So I'm trying to stream on every platform. I'm streaming on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and yeah, Facebook on with Ivagas TV. So just go on Ivagas TV and then you can join there. Or you can also join my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. My Facebook page is just Shawsam, and also on TikTok. But then we'll be asking questions. We'll be answering a lot of questions. I'm hoping that this program takes a long time because you want to really answer a lot of questions. So feel free to chip in your questions. Every question that you want to ask, just chip them in and I'll pin them so that I'll be able to answer every single question. So we'll basically be talking about life in the US, how life has been because it's 13 months. This is my 13th month in America. So we are just sharing the journey so far and the struggles that we've been through and how life over here it is, like the real life that people pictured back home and how it is actually here. So yeah, that is it. So yeah, feel free to put in your questions. We'll try our best to answer.
Yeah, Sam, that was great introduction. Let
Yeah,
me turn
people
my
are already joining on TikTok too.
yeah, so energy. That's
Yeah, TikTok people
Onyina's
are
friend.
joining a lot.
Yeah, yeah, they should
Yeah,
join. We are giving them 5 to 10 minutes. You shared it on TikTok, right?
yeah, it's live on TikTok.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Mhm. Yeah, Miss Wendy, we see you. Solo Foku, we see you. Isaac Ebo Anan, we see you.
Is that
Um,
is that YouTube or
yeah, those are comments from YouTube. Yeah,
let me check my YouTube here.
yeah, this is good. This is good. Okay, I'm coming a little bit. I'm coming. Let me try and share it on my TikTok as well.
Yeah, uh, Miss Wendy. Thank you so much, Miss Wendy. Thanks so much. Yeah. So yeah, you guys should just put in your questions. I'll try my possible best to respond to everyone because today we'll be talking about so many things and you wouldn't want to miss it. It's going to be a packed episode, a very packed session. And yeah, so today there will be one on more than for questions, people like load us with questions. So just follow the journey along. It's streaming on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok at the same time. Ghanaians don't use LinkedIn. I would have streamed on LinkedIn as well.
You
Yeah.
get trouble. Who told you they don't use it?
Ghana from LinkedIn. Oh.
They said that the branding there is serious.
They say the pressure now only is serious. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Which school are you at in America?
The question you were swerving.
um,
Just tell them the state
yeah, I'll
without
just
the
tell
state.
them at this point. I'll not even tell them. I'll tell them that I don't want them to apply it because they will not like it here. I'll be honest with them that they will not like it here. So, any school still having admissions opened, almost every school is having admissions opened, rolling admission. Mary,
Someone is
how come?
saying whether I like it or not. So tell me.
Nah, it doesn't matter. The fact that you don't like it, whether you like it or not, God, I won't tell you. Did you
Yeah.
apply for private loans with interest and something? Yes, I did. I did apply for loans. Is
Uh,
California State University a good school? How would I know?
California State
State
University.
University
Every good school here is a good school.
is a good school. Yeah, in America they don't do those. This is a good school. This is not a good school. Like the way Ghana, when you go to Legon, it means you're a top person.
Hey,
Which
my brother.
lotion do you use? You're
I'll not
saying
agree. I'll not agree with you.
like the way Ghana call tech now call Legon. We are
Mention
normal.
UCC. You didn't mention UCC.
You
Why?
see, I don't use any lotion. I don't even pomade. I didn't pomade today. You applied for loan when you got there. When I came here. Yeah, Randy, what's up? Mhm. Oh, TikTok people, almost 40 people on TikTok right now.
Oh, that's great. How
Yeah.
did you share the TikTok? Because I
No,
just
I'm
saw
using
it.
my phone to stream on TikTok.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. It makes sense now. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I could have shared it back. I'm like, let me use the phone.
What is the time?
How
Two
about
eight.
Facebook? Are people joining on Facebook?
Yeah, they are joining. They are joining. So let's do 2:10. Then we start. Guys,
Yeah.
please, if you are here, you
You
don't
can share
want
the link to
to.
your
Yeah,
friends.
please share the
Don't hide
link
it from
so
your
that
friends.
other
Those want to
people
study abroad, just forward it to them that we are
share it.
started.
Isaac, Chef, Solo, Miss Wendy, Isaac, um, is it Ochanda, Simon, Kelvin, Nyame, Kofi Junior, UCC Veritas, Nobis, Lumen. I see you. Clement Amwakon, how easy is it to get scholarship? This is a deep question. Don't worry, we'll answer it for you. That's why we are here. But we want you to start sharing it. We want all of you to share it before we start. Please don't come and benefit alone. You have to benefit with other people. So share it on your feeds, your Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Just share it so that people can get access and we can. I knew my brother was going to come. Ni Kotefio Kote. Your name, my brother. I see you everywhere. LinkedIn, he's there. TikTok, he's there. Facebook, he's there.
Wow.
YouTube is there, bro. Keep it up. It is well.
What
Sharing the
proof of
link, please.
financial document? Proof of financial document is to prove that you can pay the fees or you can sponsor yourself to the US. How can
Good.
I get scholarship as an international student? You find schools that give scholarships to international students.
I love the heat. I love the heat. How you've started answering the question. I love it.
Yeah, I love questions because I'm a question. I also love asking questions. So when people ask me questions, I'm excited. I love people.
Bro,
You
I see you.
are you on a percentage of scholarship or paying all your fees? Okay, how about this? You guys shouldn't ask me personal questions like, are you this? I like ask general questions because when you decide to use me, my journey, you get confused. Don't use anyone's journey, use yours. Like, don't
Mm,
ask how did this person get it? Because even in America, no two people are the same. If you use someone's journey as yours, you get stuck. You get stuck. So just make it about yours. Don't make it about someone else. Our time, people came here with 50K balance, but then this time you can't. It don't know you.
yeah, I think another way you can also do to help them is if they ask you the personal question, you try and answer it generally.
Yeah, generally, yeah, I think generally is
Yeah,
better. Yeah.
yeah. Good evening, please. Can I use my WASI to apply for university with scholarship in America?
Mm. Senior, please, what should I do in my desire to do PhD? Yes, you have to contact the professor first. Is proof of financial documents necessary for admission? No, after the admission.
How did you bounce back after a visa denial? My brother, today the question, how you are answering the question is good, but I'll still go
Mhm.
through for you to
I
take your
love
time and
questions.
break it down.
Yeah, I love questions.
Yeah.
How did I bounce back? I always say this that it's always your why. When your why is strong, nothing will stop you.
Mm,
If you
mm,
wake up in Ghana and you don't like the situation back home,
mm.
no one will tell you to like stop
Means
and
you
that's
keep
the problem.
pushing.
Yeah, you keep pushing. because I knew that if I didn't work on this abroad thing, I would have been a school dropout. I wouldn't have been able to go to school. I wouldn't have been able to publish books, nothing. So I just had to keep
You know,
pressing.
I love your honesty.
Yeah,
If you had not pursued coming to abroad to
yes,
study, you're trying to say that you wouldn't have achieved a lot of
nothing,
things back
nothing in
home.
life because Ghana, nothing was going on for me. I published 9 books in Ghana, no one read it. But when I came here and I published my recent book, like Americans were buying it all over the place, and I'm
It
like,
means
oh,
you're a publisher.
yes, the location matters a lot.
And
When we talk of,
how many books have you published ever
for
since
now,
you've
it's
been here?
19, but there's one coming in October, hopefully.
My brother, you've published 19 books.
Yes, because I dropped out from school, staying at home 3 years, nothing to do, and I just feel like God used that time to, prepare me to write books because I dropped out, staying at home from morning to evening, from 2020 March when the COVID came till July 2023. So I was just at home every day, nowhere to go.
Nah, bro. Then today is
But
today, guys.
mm,
We've not even started, but based on where Sam is taking us,
mm,
I believe you don't want to
yeah,
listen to this experience alone. You want to share the feed
mm,
wherever you are watching from. Just share it, and as you
yeah,
keep on sharing, keep on putting your comments, your doubt
yeah.
in the comment section. You get a point.
Someone
So
is asking
please,
when we talk of fall, spring. Okay, what time? Okay, so we are currently in summer. Okay, summer is when the sun is out. So summer starts from May to August, and then fall starts from September to December, and then spring starts from January to May again. So it's three. Yeah. I want to ask the budget of a Ghanaian should have when seeking for scholarship. This scholarship,
that
this question
that
is
that
not clear.
question I've always
It's
had
not clear.
issues with it. Yeah, I've
Send
always had
some
issues with
info
budget.
to my inbox, bro. Which info? How can one get appointed at the embassy if the date is June and the school starts in January? You can always ask for emergency. Please, if you change your mind on a course, but the school doesn't have such program, is it you can change the school? Oh, Rehab, I've been forgetting about you. Like I've been forgetting. And you can always change your course when you come to the US. Always, it's easy. Yo, XT, how far? Yeah, I think people will love it. Over almost 50 plus on TikTok.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
massive. I
yeah.
think this is one of the
Mm.
interviews like that I have the numbers, especially like instant. Normally it
Mm.
takes time before
It takes
people
time
hop
to
on.
grow. Yeah,
Yeah, but this time around, I think checking on Google Scholar for your publication. He didn't say articles, so he
I have
said
articles
books.
too.
Or
I
you
have
have articles too.
Yeah, I have articles on New York, Texas Reporter. Yes, so we published an article on justice system in America. It's called
Hmm.
racial justice. You know how when you go to the prisons, blacks are like the most populated. So we wrote about it in Texas Reporter. And my book's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and in Ghana it's in Perez Chapel Bookshop. So if you know Ajina Sari, my old man, so his bookshop, the books are there. Just get one.
Oh, Ajinasari is your papa.
Yeah, I was named after him.
Oh,
Yes,
Sam Charles.
Charles. Yeah, my name
Oh,
was
okay.
Charles. My name was Charles Asari, but later they changed the Asari. Yeah,
Perez
yeah,
Chapel
yes.
Ministry. Perez
I haven't
International.
started sending cold emails yet. I need someone to vet my CV. Cold emails should be easy. Oh, it should be easy.
I
Cold emails.
want a collaboration with my research work. Which collaboration are you talking about? Can you break it down a little bit? Because I don't know the collaboration. You know, here when you are applying to a school and you have to
Mm,
give them your work, they
yeah,
mostly want a single authored piece instead
please,
of
yeah,
you collaborating with people because they will tell
yeah.
you, I don't know where you made your contribution
Your
in the
contribution. Yes.
writing or in the research. So they want single authored articles or publications. So I don't know the kind
Mhm.
of collaboration you're talking about. If you can break it down, Yami Kofi Jr., I'll be very glad.
In other countries, if you already if you already paid the fees and you want to change school, will you get full refund? Most schools will not give you full refund. Most. How many
Not
pages?
in US, maybe in other European
Yeah.
countries.
How many pages is my CV? At least two, because they don't want to get bored. So this is how to actually prepare your CV. Don't pile your CV into 3 pages. Rather, put your LinkedIn link on your CV so that the things you don't write in your CV, they'll click on your LinkedIn and they'll see it there. So for me, when I was applying for internships, I have over 20 something online courses. Like when I was staying at home, I was bored, so I was just taking online courses. So those online courses, I didn't have to add it to my resume. I just placed my LinkedIn link there. So they clicked on it and they were looking at my profile and all those things. So your CV should be 1 page at most two. Don't write a bunch things. Will you pay your fees immediately you enter? Are you okay? Are you okay? Sure. Yeah. Would you pay your fees immediately you enter? Yeah, most schools. Most schools. Oh, XT, where did you send it? Instagram or TikTok? Text
Oh,
me on
dear
Instagram.
gracious.
Instagram, I reply
Please,
faster.
I want to publish my research work. Yes, please go ahead if you have the means. Why not?
Yeah.
Publish it.
You can always publish. You can find people on Fiverr who have like publishing houses and stuff, and they'll publish it for you. You pay
Please,
them.
please, please, please. You want to share the link. You got a
Yeah.
point. Please share the link. We need you to share the link. We are 50. We want like 10 people more, like
Yeah.
to start. So please share the link. Share the link.
We have 40 people here, so almost 100 people
Yeah, it's good.
before
It's a
you
good
feel.
one. People have already started requesting to come on, but I
Yeah.
think yeah, we will try and
My
finish up what
Instagram
we.
is the same as TikTok. Just search my click my TikTok bio. My Instagram will be there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Today is gonna be massive. I can feel that.
Me too. I hope we'll be able to answer a lot of questions, and the questions should be able to answer other people's questions,
Absolutely.
like bonds to faith.
Absolutely. Francis Kwaku College. Nice one. Yeah. So Sam,
Yeah.
let's set the ball rolling. I'm very glad to have you today for
Would you
today's
want to
live
pray?
session.
Do you want to pray before you start? Or
Oh, you can pray us. You can pray.
all right. So I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. And most of the events I speak at, I try my possible best to pray or to like commit it into the hands of the Lord, because
Mm,
I
mm.
believe that when you don't pray or when you don't include God, God in the whole event, things might come up that would affect the event. That's why I always start most of my events with prayer. So I'm going to be saying a short prayer in the next 15 seconds. So let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this particular day. Today is the 10th of August 2024. It is the day you, the Lord, has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for the people on this live stream all across the world. We thank you for every single person tuning in. Whoever has joined this live, you know the reason why you brought them here. And we pray that they will not leave the same. Let people be inspired. Let people be motivated. And let he who has lost hope regain their hope in Jesus' mighty name. We pray. Amen. Yeah.
As you were prayer, I felt someone is getting a scholarship like that.
Yeah, it will happen. Like
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, 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 yeah,
It
yeah.
will
I feel
happen.
I just felt it. That is
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, Veronica Hope, I see you. I really appreciate your support. I've been
Mhm.
seeing what you've been doing. I have some key people who are everywhere supporting my content, pushing me, commenting on my comment section and
Mhm.
all of that. I really see
Yeah.
all of you. I appreciate, and one of these days I'm gonna have time with you
Mhm.
guys and really appreciate you proper in a very professional manner. Yeah, Sam Charles.
Yeah.
Let's set the ball rolling. People
Mhm.
know you because I
Yeah.
know you are kind of a famous guy. You are
Yeah.
everywhere. People, those
Uh-huh.
that know you. You get a
Yeah.
point. And I still believe that there are people here,
Mhm.
and it's their first time actually seeing you.
So
Can you give
yeah.
us a brief history about who Sam
Yeah,
Charles is?
Genesis, yeah. Okay, so I normally start my introduction that I'm from Ghana, of course, obvious. I'm from Ghana, and I'm in the US here. I'm reading law, political science, and a computer science minor. And I'm an author. I always mention I'm an author because I write books. I love writing, and I like speaking on YouTube, TikTok. But I think TikTok has the most followers, so I like giving people motivation and then study abroad tips as well. So yeah, that is a brief intro about me. Yeah.
Okay, so talking about
Mhm.
law,
Yes.
political science, and computer science, can you give us
Yes.
a brief background, like
Background.
your background education way back in
Okay.
Ghana?
Okay, so in Ghana, I attended Susan Owusu Memorial Methodist International School around McCarthy Hills. People know the school a lot. And then I had aggregate 13 back then. And the funny thing is, all my life I've never believed or I've never thought of staying in Ghana. So I didn't really take academics serious. All my life, from age 12, I always thought I was going to live abroad. Always. So I never had like a future me in Ghana. You see the way people think about being a doctor in Ghana. I never had that image in my mind. It was always me in America. So I didn't really take academics serious. And the funny thing is, I didn't really know how I was actually going to figure it out or how I was actually going to get here. So I was just being stupid back then. So I had aggregate 13, applied to St. Augustine's College or St. Augustine SHS, yes. And then I didn't get it. I got my last choice, Academy of something something in Cape Coast. Academy of Christ the King, yes, in Cape Coast. And then my dad did protocol for me to Accra. So
So
yes,
eventually you completed Accra
yes, Accra
Academy.
Academy, yes. I did protocol to Accra Academy and then graduated in 2018 and then started working on this. After the 2018, I actually had a D7 in my WASI format, and then every university in Ghana was like, no, we don't need D7. You know, Ghana, they do not accept D7. Lagos will not accept it, Tech will not accept it. And then UPSA was like, they will accept it, but for diploma. And then I said to myself that those diploma or that 2 years that I would do in diploma, I'll use that time to save up. Someone's calling me on TikTok. I'll use that time to save money. I'll use that time to save money and actually work to, like eventually come here. And then I dropped out in my last semester to graduate UPSC. And then I actually made it here after 3 years.
Wait, we'll take the last part again. You dropped out from
Yes,
school.
from UPSA because I owed 1,630 Ghana cedis, which is like $102 right now. And I couldn't pay the money. It was my last semester to graduate, and Corona time, everything was terrible. Like the world was, no one had money, so we couldn't pay the money. I remember going to the vice chancellor to beg to actually let me write the exams so that I would pay for the fees later. And he said, no, do not accept it. And I went to stand by the rows at UPSA, like the corridor, and I started crying. When I was crying, I said to myself that one day I'll pay the school fees for people who would actually get stranded. And I've done it,
Mm,
even though
mm.
it's not much people. I've just paid for 3 people in UPSC, like the entire semester school fees, 3 people. And I said is that I was going to pay for people's school fees and I will not study in Ghana again because of what they have done to me. So from that time, that is when the fire came in me for me to study, like to actually leave the country. Like that was when the zeal
Mm.
came. Mhm.
Okay, so I saw someone called you
Yeah.
TikTok. Check if it's still
Oh no
streaming.
no
If
no!
it's not, you can check it out.
You already cancelled it.
Oh, okay, but if no, Sam Charles, your story is very inspiring. I want you to
Yeah.
break it down to for me
Uh-huh.
today.
Mhm.
You went to UPSA
Yes,
APSA,
yeah. Yes.
and was it for a diploma?
Diploma in communication studies. Diploma in public relations. Sorry, it's now communication studies. Yes.
Public relations. And
Relations. Yes.
how many years were you doing the
It was
diploma?
2 years from 2018 to 2020, but I was supposed to graduate in 2020 March, and I dropped out before I graduated. Like 2 weeks before we wrote the final exams to graduate, I couldn't pay for that semester school fees, and they said no, you can't take the exams, we can't register you, and then eventually I had to
So
drop out.
then, my brother, why are you here? How did you come here?
Yeah, so I didn't use UPSA to apply. I didn't even include it in my application that I attended UPSA. I did everything with my WASI results, everything. And yes, people have concerns that your study gap can be an issue, like 5 year study gap, 3 year study gap. I had a 5 year study gap. Funny thing is, I graduated from senior high school in 2018 May, 10th of May. I had my visa exactly 5 years on the day I graduated. So I had my visa on 11th of May, exactly 5 years that I graduated from high school. So my study gap didn't really matter. Like once you have a reason to tell them, for me, I gave them a reason that I've been working in my dad's church and doing some charity work. So I think that was the reason. So yeah, stayed at
Yeah,
home
so
3.5 years.
Veronica is saying something very profound on the page. She's
Yeah.
saying that share it, share the link, please, guys. You don't want to
Mhm.
miss this experience. So it means, Sam Charles, you applied with bachelors to come and do like you
Yes.
applied with WASI to come and
Was it
do
coming to
bachelor's here.
bachelor's? Yes, exactly. Hmm.
Wow, this is
Yeah.
an inspiring story.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is my first time hearing this because all this, like, wow, we've been
Mm-hmm.
chatting. I know we've been friends for some
Yeah.
time now.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were doing a PhD and a
Oh no 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 no
master's.
no 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 no. Undergraduate, but then my undergraduate is 2.5 years. It's like 2.5, almost 3 years, because I powered my classes and I'm graduating earlier.
Oh, okay. Then
Yes, so
I think this is going to be an inspiring story
yeah,
for a lot of
yeah,
people,
people,
especially because when people come to my page, oh, Evans,
yes,
every time you are talking about
mhm,
graduate school, you are
graduate
talking
school, yeah,
about master's, PhD, you are not
yeah,
talking about undergraduate. I
undergraduate,
think
yeah,
that you are a very good fit for
yes, undergraduate
all this
school,
while the fact that I've not been able to
mhm,
be doing school and
yeah,
like how to study abroad for
yeah,
undergraduate students, this will
mhm,
be very, 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 very powerful. So
yeah,
can you still run? Because I want you to break this down. You said
yes,
something which I really
mhm,
loved, the fact that ever since you were a child, you
yeah,
had this that like something was just telling
yes,
you, you had this mindset
yes,
of traveling abroad.
traveling abroad, yeah.
Why? How?
Okay, so this what started. The reason I would want to chip it in a certain way because I'm writing a book on this whole journey and I don't want to expose the entire book. But it's very funny how the spirit of traveling abroad came into me. So in 2011, I started going to the internet cafe. Like at that time, internet cafe, Facebook had become a thing in Ghana, and I was 11 years that time. So I remember after school, I'll go to the cafe, pay 50 pesos for 30 minutes, and I'll just be using Facebook. listening to YouTube songs, like just random things, just using the internet. I'm a very curious person, so I was just using the internet. And then one time I was on Facebook scrolling and I just saw this woman's picture in snow. Like she had dressed like in coats and she had like it was snowing. And the location was Cambridge, Massachusetts. And she posted some motivational posts and someone reshared it and said, beautiful words, God bless you. And I don't know which spirit entered in me. I just became obsessed with America. Like that picture alone is like a spirit just entered in me. From that day, I kept saying that I was going to go to America. Everyone I meet, I'm like, I'll go to America. When I met like at Nassau and I met like big people, ministers, I'll be like, have you gone to America before? And they'll be like, yes. I'm like, I'll go to America. I'll be telling people I want to go to America. I was so like obsessed, but I didn't know how. No one in my family has been to America before. Like no one, my church, no one. So I'm like, how do I go to America? And the funny thing is, we lived at McCarthy Hills, and there was this rich people in like McCarthy Hills is like rich people. So there was this man who has been talking to us. You see, there are some older people who like talking to younger people. So I was chatting with this man, like I was telling him my dreams that I want to go to America when I grow up. And he told me that you want to go to America. And I'm like, yes. And he said he's going to America on Monday. And I'm like, no, it's not true. Like, is there any way I could hide in your bag and go to America with you? Because I was obsessed. Like, America was like my life. I told everyone, America, America, America. This man went to America. I saw the day he was leaving with his bag, and I kept on looking at him. I'm like, hey, he's going to America. And I knew that one day I would actually make it. I didn't imagine myself in Ghana. Never, never imagine myself like
Hmm.
working in
Hmm.
Ghana or anything.
Hmm.
Nothing.
I really love that you never imagined yourself in
Never. But
Ghana.
I
You are
was still
using a
there.
very strong word,
Yeah,
obsession.
obsessed. You have to be obsessed with your goals. Like if you're not obsessed, you can't achieve
Hmm.
it. You have to be
Hmm.
obsessed. Obsession is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. When you're obsessed with something positive, you would actually make it. When you think, if it's like when you see it to be like, maybe I want, let me try it. You won't get it. Once you're obsessed, you put your heart, everything in it, you actually get it. You have to be diligent with it. You see, the Bible even talks about being diligent. So you have to be diligent with everything that you want, and then you can achieve it.
Hmm. I also think, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like very similar
Yeah.
to falling in love. Falling in
Yes.
love is not a bad thing.
And
Like
then back
falling in
again.
love is very good. Like falling in
It's a
love
good
with
thing. Yes.
God is a very
Yes.
good
It's a
thing
very good thing. Yeah.
to fall in love with God. Yeah.
Mhm. So
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
the obsession
Hmm.
that led me here. It's like I was so obsessed with America, like so obsessed. I would go to the cafe and watch videos about snow, watch New York. I was just obsessed. Like I'm like
You
I have
know,
to be here.
people will not understand what you are saying, but
Yes.
honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I've said this somewhere before. Those
Yeah.
days when I wanted to come to the
Yeah.
United States, I had friends who had already come, and
Mm-hmm.
I had their pictures
Pictures.
in the
Yes.
snow. I
And the
had their
snow.
pictures,
Yes.
and sometimes I just post it, and
Yes.
it was not
What?
because
What?
I was doing any
Mhm.
self put or something,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
understand.
something that was always motivating me. You know.
Yeah. I think another thing is when you're obsessed, manifestation always works. It's like obsession and manifestation. I remember I would be sleeping outside my house and be staring at the skies, watching airplanes fly. And you know, in the evening when the airplanes are flying, they have this light blinking at the wings, and I'll just be
Mm.
staring at it, and I'll be like, one day I'll be sitting in this airplane.
One day,
Yes,
one
always.
day,
My
one day.
wallpaper was an airplane, like an airplane flying. When I'm lonely, I'll just go on YouTube and go and watch airplanes flying. And it got to a point that I went on Google to download visa samples, like US visa samples, and I had it on my phone. So when I'm bored, I'll just look at it and I'll picture my face on the like visa this thing, like the picture of my face on the visa
Yeah,
thing.
on
And
the
I was
first
just
page. Yeah.
yes, I was just generating random stuff from the internet and then imagining my face there. And I even generated a fake mock interview. As in, like when you go for the interview, the transcript, yes. I generated a fake one, manifesting that it would be my turn soon. And I was sharing it and people were congratulating me. So yeah, that was how crazy it got to.
Then, bro, you were
Yeah. I
absolutely
was
obsessed.
obsessed. My manifestation was crazy. I was so interested in abroad. Like I just couldn't stay in Ghana.
Coming in with bachelors. So,
Yeah,
can you please run us through
the
the
process.
journey way back
Mhm.
in Ghana?
Yeah.
Please give us a brief
Okay.
overview of what it
Overview.
is
Okay.
like, because I
Yeah.
know masters. I can
Yeah.
tell people
Master.
I've
Yeah.
made videos telling
Yes.
people, but we've not really heard it from
Yeah.
a viewpoint
Bachelor's.
of an
Yeah.
undergraduate. So,
Mm-hmm.
can you run us through what are the necessary
Okay.
documents? Do you have
Documents.
to
Yeah.
put in code emails? Do you have to
Okay.
search for schools that give like
Yes.
some form of funding and all of that?
Yeah. Okay. So with bachelor's, it's quite easier because almost every bachelor program will give you a scholarship. Like almost 90% of the schools over here would give scholarship for bachelors compared to masters. The reason why they give more scholarship to bachelors is that bachelors is 4 years and they know that for the 4 years they can benefit from you for a long time. When you apply for transfer, they would barely give you scholarship because it's 2 years. But for bachelor's 4 years, they always give you scholarship because they know that when they give you sports scholarship, you'll be playing sports for 4 years, which is like it's good for them. When they give you singing scholarship, instruments, whatever, they can benefit from you for a long time. So yeah, bachelors get a lot of scholarships compared to masters. So with the process, it's easy to apply to bachelors compared to masters. You don't really need a cold email when you go on their website and you fully understand their scholarship scheme, those who qualify for it, how you can actually win and everything. But then you would need cold emails when, let's say, they have special scholarships that they've not stated on their portal. That one you could email your admissions officer and tell them that this is your grades, this is what you can do. Is there any way they could give you scholarship for it? So that is the code emails for undergraduates. But aside that, you just go on the website, make sure that the school is a school that would give you funding. It's the most important thing. When you come to America without funding, you'll be the most depressed person.
Stranded, yeah.
You'll be the most depressed person. You would regret coming to America. When you come here without funding or how to pay your fees, you would hate America. You think America is a bad place, but then America is actually a blessed country. So yeah, with undergraduates, go on their portal, you go through their requirements. Mostly it's your WASI results, high school transcripts, and if you have SAT scores. Most schools are test optional now, including Harvard. I didn't write SAT. The day I was going to write the SAT, the COVID-19 restriction had been placed, so they cancelled it. So I couldn't write the SAT. So yeah, I applied with just my WASI results and high school transcripts. Yeah. So basically,
Bro, this is very, very huge. And
yeah,
actually, today is my first time hearing this
yeah,
argument because I
yes,
could argue for the fact that
mm,
masters and PhD they are always scholarship. But today you're
scholarship,
also
yes,
telling me
yeah,
something new, which is
it's
also
undergraduate,
going to give hope to other people who are
yes,
thinking, I've not really done my bachelor's. I just
yes,
have my
bachelor's, yeah,
WASI
WASI
certificate,
results, yeah,
and all this will have been kind of restricted. But
restrict,
if
yeah,
Sam is here telling us that we can actually apply with bachelor's and get
next, yeah,
scholarship. It means now I'm going to really pay attention
mhm,
into the undergraduate studies because
yes,
for a very long time I've not really focused or paid attention to the
mhm,
undergraduate studies and the
undergraduate,
kind
yeah,
of opportunities there.
yeah,
But since it's coming from you, then I
yeah,
think there is hope for other folks who are back home.
mhm,
And so now I know you've been doing content creation and all
yeah,
of that with
yeah,
school study
school and
abroad.
stuff, yeah,
Tracking back, like you were able to get you were able to avoid the SAT.
mhm, yes, that, yeah,
Now
mhm,
is it still if I want to apply as an
yeah,
undergraduate student, do
yeah,
I still have to write the SAT,
yes, that,
or is
okay,
there any new thing
okay.
you want to share with us?
So my advice for such people is that if your results wasn't the best, please write the SAT. If your WASI wasn't the best, please write the SAT because it will complete it would, like, how do you call it? It will substitute the WASI results. The SAT is
Mm.
like a knowledge test. It shows that, oh, you're actually good, but then the WASI something happened because WASI is just a one-time thing. So they think that, oh, WASI something happened and you couldn't pass. So the SAT shows that, oh, you're actually a good student, you're actually smart. But if your WASI you had 8 A's, 6 A's, 7 A's, and your transcript was very good, like you had 80, 98, then you don't really need a SAT. But if your results wasn't good, please go for the SAT. Always write the SAT if your results wasn't the best.
And
Yeah.
the SAT, what goes into it?
Okay, so the SAT is in two sessions, maths and English. And the math is not the Ghana math. The English is not the Ghana English. The math is the easiest part of the SAT, and the English is the most difficult part because it's American English and we study British English. So you should understand that it will be difficult. And then the time on it is very small. Like the time on it is very small. If you want to know how the SAT is, just go on Google and search for Kaplan SAT tests practice and just be practicing them. Or go to Khan Academy. It's free. You can just be practicing these questions, and then when you feel like you are good enough, just take the SAT. It's I think $95 or so, and you take it in person. So yeah. So if your results wasn't good, please go for the SAT.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing, Sam. Thank you very much for this
Yeah.
thing that you are bringing out. So, can you did you write a statement of purpose and did you submit recommendation letters
The
for
only place
undergraduate?
that I wrote statement of purpose was when I was applying for Canada, but US just my WASI results and high school transcripts. I didn't submit a statement, nothing. Just my WASI results, high school transcript. WASI results, high school transcript.
Was it because that is what your school was requesting for, or is a generic statement
Okay,
you are
so
making?
it depends on the school. So most schools don't really
Mm.
care about your SAT scores. Like Harvard, they don't really care about SAT because they believe that SAT doesn't show someone's intelligence. Some schools believe that extracurricular activities are like you. My school, for instance, it's an athletic school. 80% of the students here are athletes. The reason why they make it that way is that they are an athletic school. You know, in Ghana, when you go for intercolleges, some schools are always winning athletics, they're always winning this. But some other schools are always winning science and math schools, always winning this. Other schools are also winning the debate competition and stuff. So over here, it's the same thing. Some schools prioritizes sports, some schools prioritizes academics, some schools to prioritize music and stuff. In my school, they prioritize academic athletics. So when I showed them my WASI results and my high school transcript, and I showed them proof that I was running at intercolleges super zonals, they were like, "Yes, our school is a sports school. We'll pick you." So yeah, it depends on the school. If the school is an academic school, they believe in academics. Make sure that you have your WASI, your SAT very strong, and then your transcript. Yeah. Yeah. So it's all about the research. That is why this whole process, I'm like, no one can really do it for you except yourself. You have to put in the work
My
and do the
brother, the
research.
information you are sharing here, I
It's
wish
not,
you had
yeah,
not shared because
it's not
this
being hard.
information is very
I'm
deep.
telling people that when I was in Ghana, I was very broke. Like when I was in Ghana, I,
Wait, Sam. Guys, you are not sharing the thing. This information that Sam is sharing we need to get to like 100 views,
yeah,
like, people on board. This is very, 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 very deep. But honestly, you guys know me to be graduate school, master's,
yeah,
PhD. But the insight my brother is bringing in
mhm,
tonight is mind busting. Is marvelous,
yeah,
because when he was talking, I'm able to connect the dots to see
yeah,
where the scholarship is actually going to come from if you are
yes,
coming in as an
mhm,
undergraduate.
yeah,
So it means your school is noted for sports,
yes. So
although you were not going there to
to
basically
do
be
stuff,
part of their
yes,
sports team.
yes,
You
person, yeah,
still indicated and showed them
yes.
and still gave them proof that
I'm a
you
sports
were
person, yeah,
part of some
sports
sporting
environment,
activities when you were in school,
yes.
and because of
Mhm.
that, they gave you the
Yeah,
offer.
yes, that is it. So you have to put in the research, and research is not even difficult. The same energy you have in like following trends and social media drama, that is the same energy you can use to research schools. It's very easy to research schools. When I was in Ghana and I couldn't even afford internet data, I was using Midnight Bundle. So what I would do is like I'll go on YouTube during the midnight,
Oh, bro,
and
then
then
you are suffering.
I really went through it. Ghana, it's terrible. So I'll watch videos, I'll download videos of like abroad, like schools and all those things and save it. So during the day, I'll be watching it and I'll be writing down, okay, this is this school. Okay, this is the point. Okay, this school is very good. Okay, this school. I was DMing people on LinkedIn and Facebook from like big schools who had scholarship and stuff. And then they were in the school, so they were telling me the reality. They told me that they qualified for a scholarship that needed just 5 people and they were part. So I know that in that case the school is competitive. I won't try it. And then some people were like, this school, if you have a GP of this and that, they will pick you. So yeah, try it. So it's all about the research. There's nothing like don't go on YouTube and search for easiest school to get admission. I know some people are probably doing that. You just go on Google easiest schools in the US, schools in the US with scholarship. Google will confuse you because almost every school here has a scholarship. Every school in the US has scholarship. Google will confuse you. So make your search specific. Maybe you have a state in mind. Oh, I like Florida a lot. Maybe my uncle lives in Florida, or I just like Florida. Then you just go on Florida. Oh, list of all universities in Florida. That way the answers will be narrowed down to schools in Florida. You take a list of all those schools, write it down with pen so that you will remember the schools. And then every day, set a week, every day, just pick one school and go on their website. Just be scrolling on their page. Oh, their scholarship is this. Okay, but they need an SAT. I'm not willing to write the SAT. So this school's off my list. Then you go to the next school. Then you keep on doing the search. You realize that at the end of the day, you have 5 schools that you are like, this school is for me. Like I like the school. Their sites is very good. Their sports is very good. I want to play sports. Their sports site is very good. Then I can go ahead and just apply. So that is how to do research. You don't just go on Google and say top schools in the US is scholarship or easier schools to get admission in the US. You destroy yourself. You miss
That's
out.
what I think you are saying it
Yeah,
all, my brother.
yeah.
This school abroad, it comes with determination.
You need to be determined, like to be honest.
And you want to apply to schools, you don't even have a book and
The
a
book,
jotter and a pen. Are
yeah,
you
you
are
need
you really sure you really want to study abroad? Because
mhm,
you want to study. The last time I just finished my mentorship program,
yeah,
I'll use this opportunity to thank you once again,
yeah,
Sam. And
yeah.
this is my book. It's here. I use it. I tried showing it to
Internet,
this is the
yeah,
book I was using in Ghana. Everything,
yes.
every school.
Every stage, yes, every school. I had like 3 of them.
You gotta get a
Mhm,
book and
yes,
write and make sure you are tracking. That shows
yes.
how you studying abroad is a full-time
It's a
job.
full time, yeah.
You gotta give it your time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a part-time job. Oh. I said it's a
Yes.
full-time job. You got to give it all
Yeah.
your attention, because if you don't
The
give it
attention. Yes.
attention, you will not find what you are looking
Yeah.
for.
I went on social media for 3 years. I wasn't posting on WhatsApp, nothing, because I was like, my next post to be me in America. My next post to be me in America. I wasn't posting nothing. I was off the internet. Everyone forgot about me. So I came back like,
You have a strong mind, my brother.
yeah.
You are
I'm
really
like,
fortified in the way you think.
mm-hmm,
This is absolutely amazing. And
yeah.
guys, undergraduates, we are here for you today.
Mm-hmm,
This is Don't Call Me. We are bringing undergraduate study abroad stuff. So if you are in
mm-hmm,
Ghana, you are done with school, you are not getting the means to further, and you think that all hope is gone and you can't still use the study route. You know, anytime we meet like this, we are not trying to be advocates where we're trying to bring
yeah.
all youth here to the state. No.
Mm-hmm,
You know, there are genuine people who are done with school, but
yeah.
one way or the other, they are not really able to connect the dots and they are
The
really
best,
going
yeah.
through a lot. So some people, we come here for such people. We come here to
Mm-hmm,
motivate and encourage them with the little time that we have here, so that it will put them on their toes to put in that application. So
mm-hmm,
please, what Sam was saying, I felt is the same kind
mm-hmm,
of when it comes to
yes.
graduate school,
Mm-hmm,
because you still have to search. And like he said, those times when I was applying, because I didn't want to write the GRE and the
yeah, GRE,
JMAT,
yes.
because I didn't have
Shortcut,
the means, I was
yes.
looking for schools that waived it.
Wait,
If I
yes.
see a school that does not waive it, I will still send code email to
Yes,
ask
yeah.
whether it
Mm-hmm,
can be waived.
wait, yes.
Sam, thank you very much. So
Mm-hmm,
I want you to finish everything Ghana, then I'll bring you to the
yes.
state. So after you were done, you applied to the school, and how long did it take for them to give you a feedback?
Okay. So in total, if I'm not mistaken, I applied to over 200 plus schools. Like, I'm serious. I applied to over 200 plus schools. And I
Ah,
would
no,
have
no, wait, my brother. Can you repeat that for us?
I applied to over 200 schools in the US. And I would
20.
200 over more than 100 too, more than 200. So I know almost every school in the US. Almost. And I'll explain how I was able to do it.
Hey,
There is, yes, in a span of 5 years, I'd applied to about 200 schools because I used Common App and I had about 10 different Common App accounts. 10. So if Common App accepts 20 schools per account, I had about 10, so over 100 plus. Besides applying them like from the portal and all those things, like I applied to about 200 schools. So many
hi.
schools, yes. And I just didn't know what I was doing. I was just applying. I was just applying, applying. I didn't really know what I needed, and I just applied, and then I ended up having.
Okay, so
Yeah.
those of you don't know the common app, you can download and
You don't
register
even
with your
download. You need your
details.
laptop. Set your. It will be easier on the laptop. Yeah. So Common App
Okay.
is a summary of almost all the schools for undergraduate and transfer students. I wouldn't advise anyone to do transfer though. So undergraduate schools in the US, it makes the application easier. You submit all your information, and with just one click or some few clicks, you can apply to 20 schools at a go. So instead of going on the schools portal and then applying with a Common App, you can add list of schools you want and then click on it and then submit just like that. Yeah, it makes it
Yeah, I
easier.
think there's also this app, Yocket. I did a video on that on my
Yeah.
YouTube. So please check Ivagas online. There's also a
Mhm.
video there on Yocket. Yocket app, Yocket. It also helps you to apply to schools. It will tell you the requirement. It will even give you a WhatsApp page where people who are in the school and who are trying to apply to the school are
Mhm.
in. Then you can be
Yeah.
asking your questions. So check Common App and check Yocket app as well. Yocket is
I'm
Yocket.
even
So
on
it's
their
not
site right
an.
now. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
on their site right now. Yeah, it looks good.
yeah.
Mm.
So I did a video on that. It's
Re-
also a very good I
re-
think that some Indian friends that
Real
they
quick, some people are asking why don't I recommend transfers? Because recently I've been helping some people in the US with transfer, and when we call the schools, the response is no, we don't have scholarships for transfer. No, we don't have scholarship for transfer.
Mm,
Almost all the 15 schools you've got, they said no, no scholarship for transfer. And the reason is that transfer, you are not the focus of the school. You are just chipping in. It's like they just need you to fill the classes. Unlike undergraduates that you are starting from scratch, like, yeah, they invest in you from scratch. Transfer, you'll be done in 2 years, so they'll not waste their time on you. So with transfer, they barely give scholarship for transfer.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Mhm.
such an answer. And
Yeah.
so you applied to almost 200 schools,
Of course,
and
yeah.
in the end, how many did you get into?
To be honest, I wouldn't remember, but at least 50 people accepted. The very first admission I had from the US, very first school was Walsh University. It was in 2018, December 18th. Yes. And then I had Walsh University with $18,000 scholarship, and the balance was 26,000 back then. And I was so happy. I sent it to my friends in the US that I got admission to the US, and they were like, "Congratulations, blah blah blah." I was so happy. That was what gave me the hope that, oh, I can actually study abroad. Like, yeah, it's possible. I was still in UPSC first year. So December 2018, I had Walsh University, and then in January I had Guildford College. I had some schools. Like, it kept on coming because I've seen the process. Oh, this is how to apply. Oh, okay, then the next time, okay, this is what I did wrong. So the more I got into it, the more I learned about it. And I
Mm,
believe that you get to learn from experience. I don't believe that someone can teach you to the fullest. You always have to learn from experience. You go there,
my
make the
brother.
mistake, and then eventually learn the right thing.
My brother, the keys you are releasing here,
Yeah.
I just love it. You learn from experience.
I learned from this.
Mm.
I really went through it. Someone
No,
is
no, it's
asking for
true.
the sites, the U, whatever. What's the name?
The Yoket, we have Tefu, sorry for your name, Kote. He put it in the page, so please you can check it out on the page. Yocket Yoket. It's very very good. I made a breakdown. Evagas
Mhm,
online YouTube.
mhm,
Check my account out. You're gonna see the video. I did a breakdown, run
mhm.
you through how you can go about with the process and all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sam.
Mhm.
When you got like your school where you are
Yeah.
currently and
Mhm.
you trying to make preparation, I just want you to chip this
Yeah.
in before we will leave Ghana
Yeah.
and
To the
come to the
place. Yeah.
States. I'm
Mhm.
asking you two questions, so you answer
Yeah.
the two questions in one.
Yeah. Yeah.
One is the fact that when you got to the school where you are now currently,
Yeah. Mhm.
did you get like a fully funded scholarship, or
Yeah.
it was going to take part of your deficit? And
Yeah.
also run us through your interview process
Interview.
in
Yes.
Ghana, how the
In Ghana.
preparation went.
Okay, so most people know about the interview process, how I struggled to get a visa, and how my second visa interview refusal was like the miracle I had. So went for my first interview with a different school, Bowling Green University. They gave me $4,000 scholarship and
I
thirty
know that school.
thousand.
I applied there, my
Yes,
brother.
they gave me $30,000 balance. I went to the interview and realized that I had left my visa receipt home. So I went back home. 30 minutes to the interview.
Are you
Went
sure
back
you
home.
prayed?
I really went through it. Like, I that day came back and then went to my interview. They told me that my passport picture wasn't the size they wanted. So I had to go out with no money on me. And all of a sudden, a friend's mom appeared from nowhere, like nowhere. She said, "What am I doing here?" And I said, "I need to get a passport picture." And she said, "Oh, just go and get it. I'll pay for it." Like, miraculously. So went back, and then after under 10 seconds, I was refused. Asked these two questions: why this school and who is funding? And then the moment I answered the who is funding, the man picked the refusal sheet and just refused me. So yeah, I was very depressed,
No, no,
confused.
no, Sam. It seems your story. We
Mm,
even have to get. We got to like have part two.
yeah,
It means you went for your visa twice. The first
yeah.
attempt, like you were denied on your
Second
first
attempt
attempt.
denied. Second two are
Which year was
denied.
that?
2020. Sorry, 2022. August 4th. Yes,
2022, August
August
4th.
4th. Yes,
You were
yeah,
denied.
yes. That was
First,
after trying for Canada for 2 years and it wasn't working.
you tried for Canada too.
Canada,
My
yes.
brother, you had always wanted to leave Ghana.
Yeah, that should tell that like I was obsessed. Like, I didn't want to. The reason why I chose Canada was because Canada was easier, quote unquote easier. No interview, so I mean it's easier. People thought that it was easier.
So
So
on
mhm,
which attempt were you approved?
on the US it was the third.
On the
Yes.
third attempt.
Yes.
Run us through that. And did you get scholarship? How did
Yeah.
you take care of the deficit?
Okay. So after the second interview, the lady told me that your fees was crazy and people come here and they can't pay it. That was after I had asked the beg there in front of everyone to give me
No,
one
but
recent
you
money.
know that is an honest opinion, right?
Yes, it's everyone knows it's like when you're in the US, it's difficult to raise that money. And the moment she told me that, I asked her, so if I come with a lower deficit, would you give me the visa? And she said, yes, we will approve you. That was my cue. I left there happy after being refused. So happy. Told my parents that yes, they said when I change my school, they will approve me. And I went through my emails, searched for congratulations because I had gotten previous admissions, but the mistake was I was judging the schools based on the campus beauty, the state. I mean, West Virginia, I'm like, it's not popular. I wanted New York. So went through the admissions and then realized that this school I'm in, I had already gotten admission and my fees was even lower compared to it was times divided by two lower than the one I went for the interview. So I emailed the school that I want to defer to the next semester, and then they said sure. did everything for me fast, and then got the I-20, got the interview date again, went and then gave me about 10 different questions for the interview. It was very heated, and then I got it.
I spent not more
Mm.
than 1 minute. You
Yeah,
you spent almost
10
10,
minutes.
10
And
minutes.
I think the reason why mine went that far was the reason I was being refused the previous times. And when you are being refused, they go through the reasons. So the first time, second time, and she asked me why I was refused the first time, second time, and the third time. And I realized that yeah, they actually keep track of all those things.
They actually keep track of all
Yeah.
those things. So Othniel is your name. I don't know why. Maybe one of these days I'll call you so that you pronounce your name
Mm.
for me. So he paid visa fee 3 and service fee. Service fee, I think the
Service fee,
duration is
I
for
paid
one
this
year.
just once. Yeah, one
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
Canada, I
yeah.
paid for visa fees twice. Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada, you pay for visa fees and biometrics. It was 175,
So it
$235.
means you didn't just focus on US schools.
Yes, Canada and US.
My
I tried
brother.
UK, but UK was difficult, so I didn't. I'm like, nah.
Sam.
It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy, and it's still not easy. I mean, life is not easy.
It is well. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
well. So Sam, I
Mhm.
think you've really done justice to what I
Yeah.
wanted, especially
Mhm.
you giving us an overview of how it
Yeah.
was like when you were in Ghana. Now
Yeah.
let's come to the States. When you were coming,
Coming
was it
here.
your first time taking the flight? And can you share the
Yes.
experience with us?
First time traveling abroad, and to raise money for even the flight was a problem. It's like I nearly thought I would miss coming to the US because we couldn't even raise money. Like I came from a broke family, like not to embarrass my family, but we were very broke. So for me to raise $1,000 in a span of a month or two to book for a plane ticket, it was very
That's like
difficult.
120 million old
Yes,
currency.
perfect amount back then. And the funny thing is, I had people who promised to pay for the flights. So from May to July, I didn't work on getting the money. I'm like, someone is going to pay for it. And then 5 days to me supposed to come here, the person stopped replying to my text, stopped talking. I messaged the person like no reply, nothing. They didn't say anything. So meaning I had to just find my ways to just raise money. And my dad had this structure like commercial bars, and he sold it for very cheap, 6,000 cities. And then I also forced myself, begged friends. I couldn't tell them I was traveling abroad. So I had people I was working for, like I was like applying to schools. So they had sent me application fees and visa fees, and the money was with me. So I'm like, let me just use their money to book for the flight. When I come here, I'll get it for them back. And then I added the money up. Couldn't book for the flights to my state because the flights to my state was $2,000 or so. But then to New York was $900. So I'm like, let me book to New York and then pick a train, which is $150. And the train was 16 hours. So that like the price would like fit in. So I booked the flights for $900 and then used the rest to book for, or like the train to my states that I'm in, and then kept the rest on me, which was $100. And even with the $100, when I got to New York, I spent like $30 and it was left 70. So yeah, so I started everything here in the
Brother,
US with
you
$70.
are a hustler.
Oh yeah, big yeah, yeah, I am.
Yeah, you've really been through a lot. Please, can some of my colleagues who are now PhD holders in the US be my recommenders? No, it's a red flag.
It's a
It
red flag. Yeah.
depends, but it's a red flag. It depends, but it's a red flag, please.
Mhm.
What a shock. Can we know how much scholarship he got on the
Yeah.
school he is? Can you answer that?
First of all, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll tell you the truth. And secondly, I don't want you guys to apply to this school. And time won't permit me to talk about why you shouldn't come to this school. The reason why I am saying this is that it got to a point. I've made a video that I got into trouble because Ghanaians and Nigerians were over applying,
Oh,
like, and
my brother, if I tell you what is happening here in my school,
they were submitting fake documents, and then the school was asking me why are Ghanaians doing this, and I just looked stupid in front of them. I was like, I don't know. So I always discourage people not to apply. Secondly, you will not like the West Virginia. I'm telling you for a fact that you would not like West Virginia as a Ghanaian. You will
they
not like
still
the
say
state.
they like it too.
It's like you understand that you are in the US. You know how it feels here, and people back home don't know. It's like a kid who wants to play with fire, and the dad is like, "Don't touch it." The father knows why he says, "Don't touch it," but the kid wants to touch it. So when I came here, I was nearly sacked from the school. Like I've never mentioned it anywhere, but they asked me to pack my things and leave. So when I came here, I was owing $11,840 with nowhere to
11,000. So he has answered your question. 11,000
that was the
deficit.
balance that I owed for that semester, not the year, semester.
Okay,
The
for that
entire year
semester.
was
So do times two.
times 2 years. And $11,000 to raise $11,000, you have to work a full-time job, make $30 an hour for 3 months to get that
Full-time
money.
job.
Yes.
Let me correct it. That is
Mhm.
20 hours per week as
A week.
non-immigrant
Yes,
student.
non-immigrant, yes.
Yeah.
Without paying anything, without buying food, like work non-stop for 3 months to raise that money. There was no way, absolutely no way I was going to get that money. So the school sent me, I lied to the school that my parents were actually sending the money from Ghana, and then they were having issues with the bank and stuff. Meanwhile, I didn't know where I was going to raise that money from. I was just depressed, confused, regretting coming to America. And then they were like, they are giving me 3 days. I should get the money for them, or I should pack my things and leave the campus. Like, that was the emails. 4 different emails in a day. First one, final notice. Second one, final warning. Third one, immediate. It was scary. So I remember I was in my room, depressed, kneeling down and asking God if He actually brought me to America to set me up. Like, what was the reason? Because I'm stuck. They want me to leave the school. I don't have anyone in America. I'm just here. Like, who would help me? You can't even ask anyone for that money. Like, nothing. And then I just believed in honesty. I'm a very honest person. So I reached out to my international admissions, went to her in person, and I told her the truth that, see, the bank statement that I submitted, my dad said that he's building something, he's doing a construction. So he's using the money in it, and I can't pay the fees right now. And then I told her the truth that I wouldn't get the fees. Like, there's no way I'll get that money from Ghana. In fact, she was a bit angry, like, of course, you disappointed her. But then it helped me. So they did a meeting with me, the bursar of the school, and I think the dean of the students, and me in the middle. So you should imagine how tense that meeting was. Like, because you can't pay your school fees. And then they were like, right now, we can't ask you to go back to your country because of these fees. So what we are going to have you do is you are going to work for the school, and then the school will give you departmental funding. You are the only person you are doing it for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yes, they emphasized on you are the only person. They didn't say that it's something that we have. It's like a program where if you can't pay fees, you can get into. They were like, you are the reason. The reason why you are the person you are doing it for is that you are the only one from Africa struggling, and we can't just send you back home. That is why we are doing this for you. And then Ghanaians heard that, oh, I have scholarships, so they all started applying. They didn't know that I was the only person. It's like, we are going to have you to be the only person to work for the football team. So we can give you $3,000. And then the band needs someone who play drums. Can you play any instrument? And I'm like, yes, I'm a drummer. Good. You are going to join the choir. So the choir would also give you some scholarship. And then what else did I join? I joined the football, the choir, and then the track team. They're also going to give you some funding. And then it collects the fees. I think the balance was left with $1,200. And then I set a payment plan of $300 a month or so, which I was able to pay. Yeah. So that was it. And they told me that they are doing it for just one academic year. After that, I would have to figure out to pay the rest. But by God's grace, I've collected. So yeah. So
And
when Ghanaians heard this thing, they thought that it was a general thing, and they were all bombarding the school with emails and applications. Yeah. So that is the truth.
okay, good. Yeah, someone raised a
Mhm.
very serious argument, which I love. It. The person says skills. I'll talk about that. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, let me clarify this before you get what he's saying is construed, right? But I
Yeah.
thought you said you got full scholarship. Now let me try and break it down
Mhm.
for you guys. He said he got a scholarship.
Mhm.
Initially, it wasn't
Yeah.
full, and
It
he
was in
came
so
in.
like yeah,
It
yeah.
was later that he got other
Other
scholar
added with yeah,
added funds, and
yeah.
it became full for him. Even with
Yes.
that, he was still paying some deficit.
Something
Now,
balance, yeah.
let me try and make the difference for you guys now. I am
Mhm.
a graduate student, master's. I'm on a full scholarship, but it doesn't mean I don't pay anything.
Yeah.
So when we say full, you shouldn't get the impression like you are not going to pay. No, even with the how do you call it, with the Mastercard and with the Shivling scholarship, it's full
Mhm.
scholarship. Even Shivling, they are going to take care of your
Take care of
ticket.
you.
But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, when you get there, they will pay you, and out of your payment, you use some to rent.
Yes.
So we still call it full ride or full scholarship, just that you still have to get it at the back of your mind that you still have
Mhm.
to pay some mini miscellaneous expenses. My school, for instance, my tuition almost 60,000 plus dollars. I
Mhm.
don't pay a dime for my tuition.
Yes.
The school takes care of all the tuition. My health insurance, the health insurance is gold insurance. And every school, all the other international students, they give them sometimes 50%. So the
Mhm.
other 50%, based on the work you are going to do as a TA or a GA or RA, you'll be able to pay that remaining 50%. But my school is
Mhm.
not 50. My school is like 91% or 90%. So
Yeah.
I pay just 10%, and the 10% I pay like 245 for the whole academic semester, $245. I can even use just 1 month's salary to just take care of that, and that is all. That is the only money I pay here as an international student, because I don't pay student fees. But some other international students, they pay student fees. But even with the student fees, as a result of you working, the money they are going to give to you as a stipend, you'll be able to pay. And one thing I love about the schools is the fact that most of the schools have made the calculation. They know you are going to take care of all of those things, and they also know that you are going to rent. They know the living conditions. So they give you a stipend that can make you take care of all those miscellaneous expenses, your rent, your groceries, and even get some remaining amount to save if you want to. So when we say full scholarship or full ride, it does not really mean you are coming here and you're not going to pay anything. No matter what, you still got to pay some things, unless maybe you are getting other scholarships and fellowship and other grants. Still, you are going to pay your rent. And it's out of that money you used to pay. I hope I've clarified this for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talking about the skills is very necessary. You know, the last time when someone was saying this, and I felt it was really good. He was making link to a Bible character that was David, and he was like, the first time David came to the palace, it was his skills that brought him,
That
because
brought
Saul
you
was whatever, and they needed someone who could
to play.
play, sing, and at the end of the day, looking at that story, you realize that it was his skills that brought him to the palace. So it is very good to always gain some skills before you come to the stage, because it's always going to help you. So I've seen some of Charles's videos where he was playing drums in church and all of that. He
Yeah.
might not really see the use of it maybe back
Yeah.
home, but when he came here, it was very, very needed in one way or
Yeah.
the other, and he got scholarship as a result of that skill. Charles, can you say something about that?
Yeah. So I've been a drummer all my life since age 8. I've been playing drums in my church like since age 8. So I didn't really know the use of it. Like, if you're a drummer in Ghana, what is the point? When I came here and the school said they needed someone for the choir, they asked me, "Can I sing?" And I'm like, "No." "Can you play jazz?" I didn't really understand it. And I'm like, "I play drums, like normal drums in Ghana." And they were like, "Yes." And then they got me into the band and all those things. So I was playing for the band and all that. And they told me that they had someone who later came in also, so I could rest. So they were using me for backup. But thankfully I didn't lose the scholarship. So yeah, I've been drumming all my life and yeah, playing
Good,
drum.
good, good. Now you are in the States. You said 13 months. It means you spent one year and more.
1 year and yeah, 1 month. Yeah.
Wow, that is so good. So can you run us through? You've been in the United States. Yeah, we'll wrap up very soon, but we'll go
Yes.
deep here too a little bit.
Yeah. Mhm.
Let me pick it one after the other, because how I
Mhm.
want to ask the question. If I don't
Yes.
take time, I'll ask you a loaded question, and
The
it will
little
be
gets
very
yeah.
difficult for you to.
Yeah, it's
Now,
fine.
the
Yeah.
first question: you came to the States. You are now
Yes.
going to school. Can you
Mhm.
give us five distinctions between the school here and that of what you were used to back home? Five
Plain.
professional distinctions.
Okay, number one, the professors here over here see themselves to be equal as you. They don't see themselves to be above you. So you don't call your professor here sir or professor, or you don't get scared of a professor. You don't need to show them that fake humility, like, "Oh, sir, please." No. Over here, the professor can just come and sit by you. You can be eating in the cafeteria and the professor will just come and snatch. It's like there's that relationship. But then back home, you can't talk to a professor. Like, who are you to talk to a professor? Secondly, the professors over here are motivating. Like, beginning of the class, they are always inspiring you. It's like when you don't pass, it hurts them, and you barely fail in America. Barely, you can't fail in America. It hurts them when you get a C or a B. They want you to get an A. When I was in Ghana, I remember vividly that one time I had left my marketing class to go to the U.S. embassy, and then when I left the class, the professor was like, "Who is he? What's his name?" And they mentioned my name, and he wrote my name down. And he told the class to tell me that he will fail me. He will fail me in that class. And they also came to tell me. But then in America, they believe that you're a human being. There are times that you are depressed. There are times that mentally you are not okay. You had a bad morning, so you just don't want to be in class. You can come to class after 5 minutes, just pick your bag and leave. No one will judge you. No one will say anything. It's like no one cares. Thirdly, they have office hours and they beg you to come to the office hours. Office hours, professors can literally do your homework for you. You can just go to them with your paper and you're like, "I didn't understand this question." They'll help you. They just want you to pass. But then back home, to even meet a professor in person, you go to the office and the staff room is locked. You send them emails, they never reply. Text them, they don't mind you, and so many things. And then lastly, here, The academics over here, the exams here is like common sense. They don't load you with 100 questions and 10 minutes. It's like they know that you're a human being, you are not a machine. So you need at least 5 minutes to process one particular question. But back home, I've made videos so many times and people were angry. They were like, 60 questions and 60 minutes. Never does it make it has never made sense in any way that you give 60 questions and 60 minutes, 1 minute to process one question. It's like they think you are robots. 1 minute, finish one question, 1 minute. It doesn't make sense in any way. When you come here, it can be 40 questions, 40 objectives, and then 2 hours, 30 minutes. Because they know that people can forget things. Like you can be taking a test and then you just zoom out, or maybe this question is tricky. Let me spend time to think about it. They take all these things into consideration. Your machine can break down because it's a machine. I mistakenly closed a test one time. Like I was just flipping tabs and I closed it. I just texted the professor, not email, texted him that, oh, I mistakenly closed my exams. And he resets the whole thing and I took it. No one would. It's like they just know that you are a human being. Human beings make mistakes. Human beings are supposed to have life smoothly. But back home, it's like they just punish you for paying them school fees. That is the problem. That is the difference.
Mm.
Mhm.
It is well.
It is sad. Like education back home, it's terrible.
So Desmond Boachi, says, you said something. I don't want that. Not all schools, bro. He's talking from his experience.
Yeah,
He's talking, and we are not trying to do this to shade anybody.
yeah,
You get the point. He's just giving a distinction because he's been through the schools route in Ghana.
mhm,
He's been through it here, and he's trying to end. Sometimes when we try to say some of these things, there are two ways we can look at this. There are ways schools here can, because if I tell him he should give some red flags, he can. He can give some things
mhm.
that are also, he can try and compare back home that would be more also appropriate, one way or the other, that might not be here. You get the point. At the end of the day, we try to bring in these two things for you to know how it is like. And what you are saying is, I heard this. I don't know how true it is, but I heard this. Students went to write an exams, and when they
Uh-huh.
went to write the exams, I think it was 50 questions. The last question was like, do not attempt any of the questions. And
Mhm.
when they went there, it was like 30 minutes. They said start work. People started writing until they got to number 50. They
Mhm.
realized it says do not attempt any. Why?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't give any life skills. It's just stupid. It doesn't make
So
sense in any way. It's stupid. Like it doesn't make sense in any single way. Like for you to go and write exams and wear slippers, you have to dress, wear shoe. I posted a video of me giving a presentation in front of my professors. It wasn't students, professors, and I was wearing slippers, no socks, with my t-shirt. Just come and present and leave. No one cares about how you dress. They know that it's the classroom. It's a wear what makes you comfortable. You are not going for an interview yet, like a professional interview for you to dress with suit and all those things. Wear your t-shirt. Mine was crumpled. I just came to stand in front of the class, presented and left. They care about the message. Back home, they'll just pull about 6 people in front of the class. Everyone will be nervous, extremely nervous, because they are scared that the professor is going to intimidate them in front of their mates. Why should it be like that? That is why people from Ghana, we have low self-esteem, because schooling in Ghana would kill your self-esteem. Like from 100 to 10, if they ask you a question and you have it wrong, the way they even it's just sad. It's very bad. It's very bad. Yeah,
That is an honest
yeah,
opinion. I just hope, yeah, you guys are learning a lot from today's section. And yeah, I sometimes if you give us the whole day and we're trying to make some of this comparison, like it will be something else. So sometimes we just try to modify it in a very best way that we can,
yeah.
so that it will not seem as if we're trying to be on anybody's
Yeah.
neck, or we're
For me,
trying to maybe.
I like to be on their necks because they have to change the system. It's bad. It's not a good thing. Education in Ghana is a setup because I recently applied to Legon for someone and I was going through the courses and I'm like, for the past 10 years, it's always been economics, political science, and French. These three combinations. None of them would provide you a job. None of them will provide you with a skill. Whereas in America, you can be taking a major in biology and a minor in computer science, which is like, it makes so much sense that, oh, you can always branch because they know that human beings always change their mind. But Ghana, you can't take political science and read law. Even law,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
bad, it's
yeah.
bad. So we need to push this message out there for them to know that. this is the road, and like this is
No,
how to actually
I
find.
totally agree with you, and it's an area I want to go into,
Yeah.
when it comes to this educational policies, because I think we have it all wrong. You are talking from undergraduate
Yes.
experience. I'm also
Experience. Yeah.
going to talk from master's
Masters.
experience.
Yeah.
Someone is going to come from a PhD
PhD. Yeah.
experience. And let me
Mhm.
give you two. I'll give you one master's and one
PhD.
PhD here.
Yeah.
Like we are saying, we can still bring in some potholes or some
Mhm.
loopholes here, but at the end of the day, the system here, ever since I came, I don't remember the last time I memorized anything
We
like
don't
true and
memorize
false.
yet. We don't memorize yet.
You,
No, we don't memorize.
the school will pass through you, you will pass through. When you are done with the semester, you
Yes.
feel in your spirit, in your soul, and in
Yes.
your body and in your mind that you've
Yeah.
learned something.
You've learned something. Yes. You don't memorize yet.
Honestly, because every master student, every PhD student, I always say this, automatically, if there is nothing you are going to take out of graduate school, it's not
Mhm.
your research skills
Skills.
abilities. You
Yeah.
know how to do research, you know how to seek for information, you know how to create gaps and find solutions when you come here as a graduate school. If you are not able to learn anything, not that expertise, you're always going to get it. And
Yeah.
it's so powerful, and you don't have, because Ghana, it was always favoring those that were doing the true and poor. Someone will not come to class, and
Yes.
on the last day, the
Do
person
so.
will just go and do true and poor, come and
And
get A.
that is
And
one
you
thing.
that you've been learning from day one, oh,
Mhm.
you will not get it. You get
That
the
is one
point.
thing I was supposed to say with the grading system over here, that you don't get your exams is like the least mark. Your final exams is like 10% of your entire grade. Because most of the grades are gotten from midterm tests and class participation, not class attendance, participation. So when you participate in class, they mark you, they give you 10 points, 20 points, and then midterm, they'll give you another grade point. But then your final exam can be just 10 points. So in that case, you are not being lazy. You are not being lazy all semester, and then lastly, like the last part of the semester, they are studying for you to pass. It's not possible.
Great. So, Sam,
Yeah.
can you give us two culture shocks in the United States?
Number one, people here are very fake. Like, I'm being 1000% sure. People here are so fake. Like, I brought from, I know people understand
The
truth
way you are using your words, I hope they don't come
because
for
I
me.
have been through it. I've been through it. You know, the people who come from America, when they come to Ghana, they are the nicest people. They are the like, oh, how you doing? So we have that perception that, oh, these people are super nice. When you get here, they are the most fakest people that you'd ever meet. Like they are so fake to the point that
No, no,
you
me,
can't even.
I have some real friends here. Oh.
Yes, I have real friends. Don't get me wrong, but most people here are very fake, and the people here are so plain. Like you know how in Ghana we have respect when you're even telling someone like we are firing you. Don't say it in such a way that you don't even feel the emotions like, oh, he's an elderly person, put it this way. But here they don't care, they'll tell it straight to your face. Last week there was this girl who is like 18 years. She walked up to me and she gave me the rudest message of my life. Like since I came to the US, I've never been spoken to in a rude manner like how she did. 19 years old girl or 18. Came up to me, I was sitting, I walked up to me, hey Sam, I think blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. Okay, thank you. No problem, thank you. That was my response because that is how they train them. I was so shocked, like in Ghana, you can't walk up to an elderly
But don't
person.
you think that helps when they are like too plain and they tell you? Because
I
I
think
feel back
it's
home, people harbor, and
yes,
sometimes when you
it's
keep
mm,
things inside,
mhm.
it turns into something else.
I mean, you can be plain, but then people have emotions. Like so many people are very emotional, and that is another thing. Don't come here when you're an emotional person because you cry every day. There will be a reason for you to cry because you talk to someone today, and tomorrow the person will not talk to you, and you'll be like, "What did I do?" You ask yourself, "What did I do?" It's like, "Is there something wrong with me?" If you are someone who is always worried, if people gossip about you, you are always sad. You go and think about it. Like when I came here, I was always crying, not crying like road tears. I came every day when I close from class or training and I go to my room. I'll go and lay on the floor and I'll be depressed. Like that was why I used to come on live a lot because I didn't have anyone. I was just like alone. I'll go for training and they'll pair me with other people and they'll just leave me. They'll not train with me. They'll just run and leave me because you are from Africa, you look this way, you speak this way. So they've heard things about where you come from. So they don't really respect you. So they saw me that, oh, he does this, he does that. That was when they started like putting respect on me. Aside that, I was not respected at all. At all.
I love your cultural shocks. I love your
It's crazy.
cultural
I was
shocks.
shocked so many
Yeah,
times.
especially if you find yourself like where I am,
Mhm.
predominantly white institution,
Hey,
you
you
are
really
really
go through
going
it.
to go through it. Yeah, but you know what? Some of us we are coming from,
Yeah, you can't go back
cultural shock
now.
is not in our dictionary. Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, we see it, but
You know,
it's not part of us, so I don't really care.
yeah.
The last time I was working somewhere and I saw this lady. We were two. I was actually working with my
Yeah.
roommate, and there's just one pavement. So you going this way, the person is
Oh,
coming the other way, and
you got
there's
off
like
the pavement.
there's bush around. The
Yeah.
lady
The
saw us
person
and
entered
she
the bush.
quickly went
Yes.
to the. I'm
Yes.
like, why? So
Someone
I
did that to me
started
yesterday.
watching
Yes.
around. It's
Mhm.
something.
They will give you
So I
bad care.
realized, oh, okay, okay,
You sit
it's
in a
part of
bus,
this.
there is a space by you, huge space, and the back is crowded. They'll see you and they'll just go to where the place is crowded. They will not sit by you. And you ask yourself, is there something wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. People say that,
Mm,
oh, but Sam, you are fair. How come people don't come here and see if your color would even matter? Look at my hair. Do I look like an American? No. So when you come here, they'll know your accent will always betray you. Your accent. Oh, he's from Africa. The kid from Africa. The kid from Africa. And so they'll know you are from Africa. And you know
yeah.
when you are from Africa,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah. You said it all. How I wish every Ghanaian student had the chance to travel. Here in UK, using 45 minutes to solve just 15 questions. I finished
Question.
within the 10
Then, oh, you finish in
minutes.
10
It's
minutes.
very sad after going through this hard
Mhm.
life in school. No
Yeah.
job. It
Mm.
is well. It is well. It is well. It is well. It is well. So, Sam, yeah, let me ask
Yeah.
you my last but two questions. You know, one
Mhm.
interesting thing about today's session,
Yeah.
all the questions I gave you that I was going to ask, I didn't really use
Yeah,
it
we went off
because
board. I realized it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And no, but we've touched most of them,
most of
like,
them. Yeah.
and that's how I love my conversations to
Mhm.
always be like the fact that
Yeah.
it will be more, conversational,
Conversational.
where
Yeah.
based on what you say, we build on it and we ask questions from that. So I
Mhm.
believe we've done justice to. I'll ask you last two questions.
Yeah.
We'll go through some of the
Questions. Yeah.
comments, and after that, I'll try and pick only three people to come on board to
On board. Yeah.
share their views as well. So, Sam, my
Mhm.
next question is overall impression so far 1 year here.
Mhm.
Overall impression, like, can you brief it up for us? What do you think studying
Mhm.
abroad back home? I know you have a lot. I've
Yeah.
limited you from sharing most
Yeah.
of them, but overall impression, do you think this is a good decision you took back then, and is it still the
One
same how you perceived it?
1 million% because never in my life in Ghana would I be reading computer science and law. Never. Even if I had been I one of my best friend, like very close friend of almost 10 years, he arrived in the US on Friday. Like we got him to come here. And he said something which was very true. He said he's 25 years and he has wasted 24 years in Ghana. That is the statement he made. Because he graduated from Legon. I couldn't graduate. And he was staying at home whilst I was here. So he's like, he has wasted all these years in Ghana and he's now about to start his life from scratch. Over here, when you come here, you'll be able to start your life from where you picked it up. I was broken. I've been posting throwbacks, broken, like lowest to low. And then I came here and then I realized that so there's a part of the world where your dreams are possible. Everything that you want to do is possible. And I restarted my entire life. And in a span of 1 year, every single thing that I said I was going to do, I did it. Every single thing. I said I was going to United Nations, I did it. I said I was going to be best-selling author on Amazon, I did it. Every single thing to the glory of God, like not to my strength, but I did every single thing that I would have never been able to do in Ghana. Ghana would limit you in 10 million ways. Ghana would always limit you in everything, every single thing. So please, if you are able to, if you have a strong reason, if you have a business in Ghana and it's working, then don't stress. But if you think that you are in Ghana and you see your future, you know that within you, you are being limited. You feel like there's something in you within you want to be speaking to people. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to speak on podcasts like YouTube, all those things, write books. But then in Ghana, you'll be speaking on podcast and they'll be pounding fufu. I remember one time I was on a podcast with some people from China, and my dad just barged into the room that he's been calling me. Why didn't I respond? Like imagine, I'm sitting here for the past 2 hours. No one has come to interrupt me. No one has come to because they see me that I'm live streaming. You understand? So Ghana will limit your dreams. Just you can't do anything in Ghana. So please, if you have the chance, you have that fire in you that no, Ghana is not for me. Don't say that, oh, people are taking pictures in America. It's nice. Let me also come. You know that within you, America is where I belong. And you know it. You know that this thing is like, it's just fallacy. But some of you know that within you, I have to stay in America. Like, I'm that American person. I don't have to be in Ghana. Then please don't give up on your dream. You've been getting dreams of you in America, sitting in an airplane and all those things. Yes, you should tell you that, yeah, there's a sign. But if you think people are traveling, so you are jealous and you want to travel to them, please don't try it because you'll be heartbroken all the time. You'll be
I've been
heartbroken.
here for 1 year.
Mhm.
Every grocery shop you're gonna go, they
Yes.
have chicken. I've never heard the rooster do cuckoo here before.
Yes, it's
I've
like this.
never.
The country
If
is
you
like crazy.
any grocery shop, you go to
Mhm.
any grocery shop here,
There's chicken there,
you're
very
gonna
cheap too.
get chicken. But
Yes.
so I wonder. So sometimes I don't eat
Yeah.
those chicken because I'm
Yeah.
afraid
They are
where
afraid. Yeah, me too.
they
I
get
used
it
to be
from. Yeah,
afraid.
I'm even
Little scary.
afraid maybe they are producing their own chicken
Yes.
somewhere.
Yes. America
Because
can do that. Yeah.
Ghana, when you are doing a video, the
Yes.
rooster will just come and wake you up. Kukuru,
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
did so.
I'll be recording podcast. I had a podcast in Ghana called The Greatness Podcast on Spotify and Apple Play. I'll be recording the podcast and then my mom will be pounding fufu, bim, bim, and then someone will just barge into my room without
My
knocking.
brother, let's end the
The noise is
session.
like, so I used to record podcast at 2 a.m. in my father's car, in my dad's car. Like, I'll take his car keys at 2 a.m. Go and sit in his, how you doing? Yeah, very good. Yeah, so I'll be recording the podcast in my dad's car at 2 a.m. and then there'll be mosquitoes, biting me. Like, you can't do anything in Ghana. But I came here, everything is just smooth. Set up your Wi-Fi. In Ghana, you'll be having a collaboration with someone and the internet will just disconnect. But here, it's just going smoothly, like no distraction, smooth.
Okay. Wait. So aside the beautiful things we've said
Yeah.
about about US,
Mhm.
I want you to give us three misconceptions,
Misconception. Yeah.
or should I say preconceived notions?
Yeah.
Three misconceptions people back home.
Have about it.
I'll give
Yes.
one, then you give three.
Yes. Three. Yes.
One is the fact that when you are here in the States,
Mm-hmm.
everyone thinks you are rich.
They are rich. Yeah.
So they ask you for money, you don't give them
You
this.
then
This
then they
they're
get
gonna be
angry.
like, you are in the
Yes.
US, you don't even have money.
Yes.
And nowadays, when you even send the money, they'll try and
They
do the
just
equivalent to
yes,
see the
equivalent. Yeah.
equivalent and see,
Mm-hmm.
so he even sent me just $20.
$50. Yeah.
You get a point. That is
Mm-hmm.
one misconception I feel is really bad because
Yeah.
it's not all rosy when you come to the state.
It's not easy at all. Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot people don't really share. But
Mhm.
today we're going to talk
That's
about
the
that.
truth.
I've talked about one because people
The
think that
money
once you are in the United States, money is with you and
is
will move
always
like
flowing. Yeah.
that, like the leaves. It's
Yes.
on the floor. So when you are going, you'll be picking it up.
Yeah.
Please share three with us.
Another misconception that people have. I'm going to speak P because they are girls over here. Then on
They've
Betty
come,
Ase.
man. Next
Yes.
time, bring them in a video so that they will
They can
give
come. They
people
are my
shout out.
friends. They can come. They can come. So
Yeah,
me
yeah.
back
After that,
yourself.
you let them come and say hi to my fans.
Yeah, I think they are gone. Yeah. So another misconception people have, huge ones that most guys text me for. They'll be like, Charlie, pass us some of the white girls here. Like I guess the white girls, you come here, Charlie, you look sharper. I wish I could kneel down and beg you guys. When you
Hmm.
see them here
Tell them,
and
oh,
never ever think they like you. You see, one came here, they just smiled, hey Sam, how you doing? In my mind, I will think that, oh, maybe they like me. And then you start texting them, what are you doing tonight? And then you get into trouble. They'll just create, they are not the people we think they are. These people here can put you in trouble, lifetime trouble. You are from Africa. People don't respect you, number one. Number two, you are always guilty of everything because girls come here first. Women are first here. When you come here, don't put a woman in a room unless no, don't do that. Never let a woman enter a room because she can enter your room and she'll just scream and then they'll come and arrest you. Once she screamed in your room, you're in trouble. So the misconception that white girls are easy to get here is don't do that. Never ever have that misconception. And the second thing is getting jobs in the US. People think that getting job here is easy. I applied to 50 internships. None of them picked me. None of them. The only one that picked me was through a friend's father who overheard the conversation and then came to tell me, pass the message down. And I did fast and reached out. I applied to 50. They'll call me for interview. Hey, yeah, sorry, we'll pick another person. Not that I'm not bragging. When you see my CV, you will know that it's like potential person. Like, yeah, they would all not pick me. They will tell you urgently hiring. We need people. Apply, apply. You apply, they'll bounce you. You apply, they'll bounce you. I have friends here who were even applying for KFC, McDonald's, and they weren't picking them. She has a green card. She told me that she has been applying, they've not been calling her. So jobs here are not easy to get, except maybe you want to do dishwashing and even dishwashing, they have to have a
Menial
space.
jobs, yeah,
Yes, and
menial jobs.
the reason why jobs are difficult to get is maybe it will not favor your schedule. Maybe you might want a schedule at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Someone has already covered it. They have a schedule at 12 a.m. You can't sacrifice your sleep and go and work. So that case, you are not getting a job. And that is what makes people think that America is like, like people come in there like
Land of milk and honey.
okay, yes. So the real job comes after you graduate. When you graduate, companies will come and do job fairs and then they'll interview you. And then once you are done, you get a job offer. It's like most schools do that. Most schools, my school, they've done it before. Yeah, so that is the misconception. Women here, then the jobs over here. I was going to mention the money part where people think it's easy to get money, but I think you already mentioned. So yeah, the last misconception that I think people have is, yeah, I think that I don't. This doesn't make sense, but I think people think that things are free here. Like free food is free.
I believe
Like
Trini Jonas has been saying
yes, you need food
247.
stamps as a citizen. You don't even get food stamps if you are not a citizen. Food stamps is like people who can't afford meal, and they even check your bank statement and stuff to approve you. Food is not free here. You have to pay for everything. You have to buy every single thing. You have to pay for food. If you see someone owning a car in America, chances of the person getting it on credit is very
Yeah,
high. I
yeah.
can buy a shoe today, or I can buy the shirt for this interview. I'm wearing the shirt, fine, but tomorrow I'll return the shirt and get my money back. It's common here. I
Yeah.
do it all the time. I had a suit, went for the interview and returned the suit. It's easy. People return stuff all the time. So when you see people looking flashing in pictures, never ever feel intimidated, never feel like they've gotten money or something. Most of them get them on credit. So yeah, that is the misconceptions about America
You
that
said
people
it.
have.
As for my school, I get free food, but the thing is, you will
Yeah,
not be able to eat it because it's not your
you
food.
can't. You can't. It's not your food. You can't eat it easily. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, absolutely
Yes.
amazing. This is
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, so I'm picking just three people. I have to go and
Mhm.
sleep. I'm very
Yeah.
tired and I know it's late back home. So please, if you
It's
want
five
to
twenty
come,
seven here. Yeah.
yeah, I'm taking just three people. You can just request to be a guest and I
Yeah.
can pick you. Yeah. So if you want to talk, just let me know so that you can come on board. Let's go through the comment section and read one or two comments. I think we even answered most of what are the documents needed to apply for school in the US. Sam talked about it. When you are
Mhm.
when it comes to graduate school, you need your transcript, your degree certificate,
Mhm.
your passport, your three recommendation letters, your statement of purpose, your
Mhm.
academic CV, your writing sample, and also test scores. These are the
Yes.
major things you need. I don't want to be seeing some of these questions because it means you've not even started at all. I will entreat you to go and take one school, one university, or one state, look at the
Mhm.
university, go to the program you want to apply to and check their eligibilities or their requirements, and it will be very, very good to suit your kind of interest. But I thought, okay,
Mhm.
answered that clarification. Thank you. Yeah, David played skillfully. Can one get full scholarship for postgraduate courses on the Common App to apply for, or it's mainly under Common App is more like undergraduate. That's what I see. But it's also masters. It depends on how you're going to check it. So please
Mhm.
just go there and see what it has to offer. Once it doesn't fit what you want, you can check the Yocket app as well. And
Yeah.
once you don't get to the Yocket is mostly for graduate. You can get undergraduate there, but
Mhm.
you can also get for grad. That is what my roommate used for his computer science.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Mhm.
good. They can tell you the number of students that are applied. They can even show you their statement of purpose. They can give you a number of how many people applied to this school this particular year, how many of
Yeah.
them got into it
Mhm.
with their details. You can even send
Yes.
them messages. Don't be sending us the YouTubers mess. We don't have time. There are
Yes.
people there who are not doing content creation. Go to
Yeah.
LinkedIn, find them and be
LinkedIn.
asking
Yes.
them
They have
questions.
time.
They have
Yeah.
time. You get, I have a lot of messages. I have people in charge, but still, we are because it's a
Mhm.
lot. One thing I've realized: you send message Facebook, you come to YouTube, you send message,
Yes.
you come to why one person? Why? I'm a girl and I'm also a drama. That's good. That is good. Can we know how much scholarship? We've talked about that already. Is anyone requesting? Is it Othniel? You are already on.
Okay, before that, let me answer this Samuddin Kamel from YouTube. He's saying that please, can you help me? I've applied to Bridgeport and now they are requesting for my bank statement and passport. Please, that mean I stand it. You already had admission if they ask for bank statement and passport. Yeah, please let us download this video because I missed most of the session. You can download it. And special shout outs to my favorite person, Wendy. Yeah, Wendy's watching it. So yeah,
Yeah.
so shout
So
out to Wendy. Yeah.
Othniel, please you can talk.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie, I even forgot I was live. Oh. Good evening. You guys are doing a great
Yeah.
job. I don't have any question to ask. I just wanted
Mhm.
to motivate you guys for the
Oh
good
yeah.
work you're doing. We appreciate what you're doing. You
Mhm.
spending your time to share your story to help us know. I believe most of us, when it's time for us to apply, it will be very easy
Yes.
using your story and your
Mhm.
experiences. Yeah. So keep it up.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Pronounce your name for me.
Ordinary.
Otnel Nico
Ordinary.
Taifio Kote.
Okay,
Oh,
nice
you
one.
are a guy.
Yes, I'm a guy.
Oh, I have a gun lady here. I'll give her to you. The way you've been supporting my page, I'll give you a gun woman.
I beg, I get woman already.
Oh, okay. By
Yeah,
now she's watching. You don't want to be in trouble. If you say
yeah.
yes,
Oh, I know
wahala
that
for
should be
you.
watching. And now you go
Okay.
do.
Thank you for always
Thank you too.
supporting. I really appreciate.
It's a blessing. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So please, if you want to come and ask any question, you
Some
can come
some
on
people to
board.
ask certain questions like how long
Yeah.
does it take for a school to give you acceptance? You and I know that even Legon and Tech don't give acceptance the same day. Even them, the acceptance is like different times. So you can't tell the exact time or frame. Yeah. You can't tell the exact time or frame which an admission will come. It has like a different time. Every school has their own time frame. So yeah, it depends on the school. And you should be able to ask the school about this.
Good. Oh, what have I done to this page? I can't see my
Yeah.
brother again.
Yo, I'm on no, I'm it shows I'm on the show.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Please ask more questions.
Yeah.
More
What can I
questions.
say?
More questions.
What are some of the questions they ask at the port of entry? Okay, so yes, 3 days ago, my friend came here and they asked him where he'll be living on campus. They mostly ask, where would you be staying? And how much do you have on you? And then, yeah, basically, how much do you have on you? Do you have any foods you need to declare? The questions are not hard, just random questions. Do I really need the SAT? I mentioned that when your results are not the best, when you had a very terrible result, please write the SAT. Don't escape it. So if you're WASI, you had D's, B's, D's, C's, C's, please go for the SAT. But if you had A's, 6 A's, 7 A's, 5 A's, like your results was very good, you can apply without the
Or
SAT.
Heneba says, "Hey, bro. So is it Wendy? Is it only Wendy that is watching you? We will meet during brotherhood meeting. My brother, you're in trouble."
Oh no, when this mine,
Oheneba says that. So after here, you go and deal with Oheneba. Please ask more questions, and you can also come on. You can request and come to the session and just come and speak. Yeah. Let's take 2 or 3 more questions, then we can end today's session. Yeah. So, Sam, let me ask you
yeah.
this last question.
Mhm.
Have you been through some imposter syndromes before? Can you talk
I
about two
still
or
struggle with
three?
imposter syndrome, and
Okay,
I've been
please
saying it.
run us through imposter
Yeah.
syndrome.
So
Okay.
my problem is, I think everyone does it. My problem is I feel like I'm not enough. When people reach out to me and they tell me that, yo, bro, you inspire me. Most of you could tell that I barely respond to those messages. Like those messages piss me off. To be honest, like when people tell me that, oh, you inspire me, you give me motivation, I'm like, I don't believe it's me because I saw myself many years ago, and never in a million years did I think people would even listen to me. I made YouTube videos when I was in Ghana, 10 views, 5 views, 4 views. No one was watching. And then for me to make a TikTok and then 500 people, 300,000 people will watch it, 200,000. I'm
But do
like,
you know the funny thing? You come here and they will be like, "You people, you just came here, you
people,
became
yes,
YouTubers."
people have the misconception about me that I'm too no. People say it a lot that he's very too no.
Yeah,
But
we like it. You like it
when you
like
get
that.
to
True,
know
no
me
is good.
personally, you realize that I'm probably the most shy person. Like I'm very shy of things, very very shy. I have a serious imposter syndrome, and I tell people all the time that if I don't respond to you, or if I'm not really close to you, it's because I feel like you are better than me. I feel like I'm not enough. I feel like yeah, that thing. But I'll get over it eventually. Yeah, I think it's something because of what I went through growing up, the disrespect that I had, the abuse, and all those things. It's had an impact on me. Yeah.
So if you are watching this video
Mm,
and at the end of the day you are going through a lot, because he Charles made a
mm,
profound statement which I really fell in love with, and is
mm.
the fact that he talked about we cannot grow with inferiority
Purity,
complex.
yes. Complex,
We
yes.
have this, self-doubt as a Ghanaian. So sometimes, I try and do this. When I see my Nigerian people, when you hear this statement, Nigerians, they
Nigerians,
carry
yeah.
last.
Last
You
year,
know, I've lived it with recently. I'm living with Nigerians, and
Nigerians, yeah.
I've come to appreciate their way of life and how they do their things, especially in a positive sense. You get a point, and they're always there. They're always doing it. They don't really care. They just give it their all. Ghanaians, we are also good, and other African countries, if you are watching us, no disrespect. But at the end of the day, the average Ghanaian in a Ghanaian home setting, kind of get some things carried in, and those things
Self-esteem is
really
terrible.
affect.
Yeah.
We are too.
Mm,
We love to be in our own space. We don't
yeah.
want to come out
It's
of our
it's the things
space
that
to
they told us
explore.
growing up. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah, yeah,
thing they
yeah.
told
And
us.
it like it's just too much. So we cannot grow with it.
Yeah.
And whenever you go to a different environment,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes
You are
because
timid.
I look at my friends, sometimes I'm like, bro, you
Mm-hmm.
have the potential, you are really good. But
Yeah,
it's like every time you are doubting yourself whether you can do it, but the Nigerian does not care. They just go there and they do it, whether they can do it or
mm-hmm.
not.
You can do
You
it.
can
Yeah.
also do that, but it takes time for you to learn and really learn
Mm-hmm.
some of these things before you be able to fit in a different setting. Because if you
Certainly.
don't know how to operate within this scheme and within this environment,
Mhm.
honestly, it will take you a
And
very
the crazy
long
thing
time.
is, when you're able to escape this thing and you show a little bit of confidence, you become a threat to people. People think that, oh, you are doing too much, you are doing this, you are doing that. But in America, it's normal. We are all trained to be like timid. Hey, here, sit down, shut up, do this, don't talk, do this. So it's like the moment you show a little bit of confidence, people think you are doing too much. So yeah, that is it. Someone is asking how to go about with my transcript since it isn't official. So you just send it to the school. Tell them that you send the official transcripts from the school later. Level 300, I want to apply for next year, but don't know how. Wow, how do I answer this?
Level
Um,
300 next year. Keep on searching and keep
how
on
can
expanding your search.
if you are still in school, focus on your grades. Make sure your
Yeah, yeah,
grades
yeah,
are
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. How to overcome the visa refusal after being refused. Just realize the mistake. You get to know the reason why they refused you, and you get to know based on the questions they ask you. So when you go for the interview and they ask you just two questions, chances are it's from the DS form. You didn't really fill it well, and they already have their answer, or your deficit was too much. If they ask you who is funded, which they'll ask, your deficit is too much. So yeah, you can always find out. How do we connect with you? DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is on my TikTok bio. It's the same as Charles Sam everywhere. Everywhere.
Please follow him,
Instagram.
Sam Charles. He
Yeah.
has a Facebook page. Follow him,
Facebook
Sam
page. Yeah, my
Charles.
Facebook page. I need to be active there. Yeah, I need to be active there.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
I'm always talking about my book because it talks about rejection, how to deal with rejection, bitterness, and disappointment. So if you're in Ghana, just go to Paris Chapel Bookshop and just mention my book there. You get a copy. And I
I heard
place the
you had $1 note
yeah, I
inside.
place $1 bills in it. So when you get there, you get a book, you get a dollar bill in it.
Can use it
Yes.
for Uber.
Yes, $1 bill. Yes, you can use it for Uber. Yeah. So just go
Because
to
now
Perez Chapel.
it's like $16.
Yeah, Perez Chapel, their bookshop, or you can let them bring it home. Like you can just call them for delivery, and then they'll just deliver it. So yeah, I think for TikTok that should be the questions over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me give you the space. The camera is going to be on you. I'm going to get a close shot so that you encourage
Yes,
those who are
I'll
coming,
encourage
you
people
encourage those who are now starting, and you
starting. Yeah,
encourage those who are already here.
yeah.
So, Sam Charles, the floor is now yours.
Okay, so people, you guys
No,
have
say
spent
it
the
again. It's
past.
fine.
You
It's
guys
not
have
our
spent
mother tongue, my brother. So
yeah.
don't worry. If it's tree,
You
they
guys
can't
have
see the
spent the
tree.
past 1 hour, 35 minutes or 37 minutes with us, and you probably feel inspired, you feel motivated, you feel like, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do that. Tomorrow I can do this. But the truth is, this motivation that you have would probably vanish by tomorrow evening or by tomorrow morning. You lose that motivation. And the reason why you lose that motivation is that you had that dopamine feeling. Dopamine feeling is the feeling you get, is like short-term gratification. That explains your main reason why you actually want to go. So if you want to marry someone, you are determined, nothing will stop you from marrying that person. You know the reason why you want it is because you feel like there's no one like her. That is your only option. In that case, you go for her. So if you are traveling abroad or you want to travel abroad, and in your mind you think that this abroad thing, you let me stay in Ghana. Let me just try it. Let me just see how it will go. Chances of you not achieving it is very high. But when you know that this is the last chance in my life, if I don't travel to the US, my life is in trouble. I'm not able to do this in Ghana, blah, blah, blah. That should be your motivation. Every morning when you wake up and you look at how your life is terrible, how your life could be when you're abroad and you are, doing things that you wanted to do, it will be the motivation for you. You understand? So yeah, don't lose hope. Every good thing is difficult. Remember this: every good thing is difficult. To become a president is like the biggest blessing, but you don't become a president overnight. It takes years. That is the same way when you want to come to the US. It's not an overnight thing. It will take you years. It took me over 5 years to get here. I always share the story of how when you are going for a party is the end goal. You are going to celebrate. On your way to the party, you are driving. The car would experience speed bumps. Traffic lights will stop the cars to delay it. Police will stop the car to, so many things will distract you. But the end goal is the party. So you keep on pressing, you keep on driving towards the party. So yeah, translate this into all your goals and then you should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are some questions there. You can
Mhm.
tackle some of them.
Someone says, how do we join the US Army from Ghana? I don't know if it's possible. You
No,
should
it's,
email,
it's just UK. It's UK.
yes, it's UK. Most of these questions, please email the US Army directly. Learn to talk to the schools over here. Don't just be asking people. Email admission office. My time, I was calling them that, hey, I'm from Ghana, this. Call them. Don't just email them or ask random people. Okay.
Yeah, guys, I've opened a new YouTube channel,
Channel,
Ivagas Online. I had some issues with my old account, so please,
yeah,
Ivagas Online, go and subscribe now. The branding we are bringing and we are
yeah,
introducing there is top notch. I want you to follow my brother too, Sam Charles,
on
on
Facebook.
all
Yeah.
social media platforms. Sam Charles, you're going to find him there. Follow him,
Mm-hmm.
connect with us because he
Mm-hmm.
also talks about this study abroad, encourages and
Yeah,
motivates the youth and all of that. And bro, I really appreciate your
yeah.
coming. I
I'm
don't
so
take it
happy
for
to, yeah,
granted, and
yeah.
we'll try and schedule another session
Another one,
where
definitely.
we'll still, yeah, because I know you have a lot to say,
A
bro.
lot, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome.
This is where we're going to end the session. And do well to subscribe and also promote our channel. That is what we also get from you. You got to subscribe to the channel. You got to keep on promoting the channel, right? Because you don't do this alone. You do it with other people. Hmm? You see, life. When you are doing a business or you are starting a business, your friends, they will not promote it. You are never going to post it. They will rather prefer to post other people's content. Sometimes it's very funny. Someone will be like, I don't want to post about study abroad. People will think I also have plans going to study abroad. But you actually have plans going to study abroad. So where is the hypocrisy coming from? But sometimes too, I understand. But I feel one thing you can do to help some of us is to subscribe to our channels, is to share our content, is to be able to, always be there and just be putting the comments in the comment section and giving us the reactions. All those that keep like doing it, we also keep watching them. And sometimes we really do appreciate whatever thing that they do. We go all out to also assist them whenever they need be. Aaron Inspires, I see you, my brother. Aaron Inspires, I think he also has a program coming up. So please, you want to make sure you are joining that program as well because it's going to be very power packed. A lot of people are coming on board on that program, and you don't want to miss it. The likes of Freddie Fett, Peter Bewa, they are all coming onto that program. And I don't know when. I think it's tomorrow or something. But please check Aaron Inspires. I follow him, so you can check the people I follow so that you know, and also follow him on all his socials. He came here with worse evaluation because he had a low GPA, and he's been doing great with his videos. So you can support his channel and his content as well so that you get encouraged and motivated to actually desire and also get what it takes to be able to come to your dream country. Yeah, we've done a lot. 1 hour, 42 minutes. I gotta go. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate your coming. Bye bye.